All right, we want to remind you what the MLB Draft League is. First of all, it got underway just yesterday. It's going to run through mid-August. It features 6 teams playing a 68-game schedule. Now, who are the players in this league? I'm glad you asked. It features 2021 draft-eligible players. They could be high schoolers, players from the junior college or college ranks, and one of those teams, the Trenton Thunder. They won the first ever Draft League game. It happened yesterday, 9-2 against the Frederick Keys yesterday afternoon in Philadelphia at Citizens Bank. Jordan Hollins blowing the game open with a bases-clearing triple in the 7th inning. So congratulations to the Trenton Thunder. And joining us now is former big leaguer and current manager of the Trenton Thunder, Jeff Manto. Jeff, thank you for your time. This isn't your first experience managing. You managed at the Phillies High A affiliate back in 2002. You've also had experience as a hitting instructor at the big league level. So what has this experience been like?
I'll tell you what, it's for me, it's been a great experience so far just to see what the future holds in baseball. We got some power arms. We got some good hitters. We have some kids from Puerto Rico who can field the ball. We got some big arms. So the future, from what we've seen yesterday on both sides, the Frederick Ball Club and our Frederick Ball Club, really looks bright.
Jeff, every time we talk to a player, they go about hitting in such a different way, and D-Row documents it, how they get to the point of contact or their swing or their leg kick. How do you teach so many guys with such different talent a similar way?
Well, you really don't teach them a similar way. You teach them what they do best.
Yeah.
We're going to sit around and observe what they do, what they don't do. That's so well, get them to a position where they can hit every pitcher. Everybody's different. Their body length is different. Their arms are different. How they get to the ball is different. So we're just going to observe for a little bit and just make sure we pay attention to the details. And then when the time comes, we'll start to instruct.
I was telling everybody, Jeff, coming through the minor leagues in the late 90s, you were the guy. Like, if you come to Buffalo, you got to pay homage to Jeff Manto. He built Salem Field up there in Buffalo. And I can remember in 99 getting on first base as a young Richmond player and kind of, hey, kid, what's going on? This is what I see at the plate. So I want to kind of expound off Lauren. What were your keys to being such a, 243 career homers in the minor leagues, 920 RBIs. The list goes on. You pounded the baseball. What were you trying to do at the plate?
Well, I'll tell you the truth. Once I figured out who I was as a player, it became a lot easier. I think early in my career, I tried to be a good hitter rather than trying to be the hitter that I was. Oftentimes, I tried to hit 300. I was trying to put the ball in play. And there came a time where I said, you know what, I don't have any time to hit 300. I just got to bang. And as it turned out, I learned how to get some pitches. I learned how to sit in counts. I learned how to sit on the different sides of the plate. And it was just instinctive. I had a lot of good hitting coaches. And at this point, because I don't want to name drop, but I had like Charlie Manuel, I had Joe Madden, and I had Rick Down. So some of the names I've had in the past as a minor leaguer, they're infamous now, and I just so happen to be one of the lucky ones that run in their path.
And I know this stuff has gone through the roof. Guys are throwing exploding fastballs, but I always felt like, you play to your generation. If these kids are forced to hit faster pitches, and they're seeing it at a younger age. I think for me, when you watched the game today, you were a guy that tried to sit on pitches and take it onto the highway there in Buffalo. What's the fault? What's the holdback for some of these hitters? Why so much 3 true outcomes?
I just think there's swinging. That's a high risk, high reward type of situation anymore. There's no finesse in the hitting. There's no taking what you get. There's no setting up the hitter. They're setting up the pitcher. I remember going through at bats. I'm sure you have done as well, where you take a curveball knowing that you're going to get it the next at bat, and you're kind of like saving it.
Yeah.
Saving to get that curveball. You're setting this guy up. There's no setting anybody up anymore from what I see. It's just swing, hit as far as you can, as hard as you can, and as high as you can, and let the chips fall where they may. So the hitting part of it has been taken out, and now it's just swinging for me.
Hey, Jeff, getting back to the Draft League, I mentioned the players that are eligible for this league. It's high schoolers, it's some JUCO kids, as well as college kids. Can you kind of broad brush what level of talent, are we talking about here for these kids? Obviously they're hoping to get seen, but what have you seen from the overall I guess, the talent level from the kids that are making up these teams?
I tell you what, I truly think it's the New York Penn League, the Appalachian League type situation. These guys they're raw, they're young, they're trying to find out what's sustainable, what isn't sustainable as they move forward. So I would basically, I would say the New York Penn League, the rookie ball type of situation. These guys are hungry, they're eager, and they want to learn, and they're the same player that you would see in the Penn League.
I'm so curious which big leaguers these guys are paying attention to. I mean, we love on a different guy every day, Tatis and Trout. Are there names that you hear over and over, guys trying to emulate someone's swing or on the mound?
Well, it's wherever you're from. I mean, we got some guys from Missouri, and their favorite player, Molina. Then you got the kids from Puerto Rico. It's Robbie Alomar. So we got all kinds. From wherever they're from, that's their favorite player. But the names being thrown around are broad, and it just depends where they're from.
What's the end game for Jeff Manto? Are we trying to manage in the big leagues? How are we feeling about what our future aspirations are?
I really don't know. I don't think this is a stepping stone to show anybody that can manage in the big leagues.
Yeah.
Although that would be a pretty cool interview, to say the least. But this is just something. Basically, I love teaching. I love teaching baseball. I love teaching young, eager players on both sides of the ball, the offensive side and the hitting side. And I just want to be a part of it, and that's where I am now.
Well, give me some drills to do with my 11-year-old. What was your big drills in the cage?
The big drills in I just was simple. It's a short bat and a fungo.
Yeah.
That usually that'll get you through an hour worth of stuff in the cage. And make sure you try to hit the back of the cage. A lot of times people don't know how to use the batting cage. They come in and swing, and without a purpose in the cage, it just doesn't work.
So you hit off the tee with a fungo bat?
Yeah, matter of fact, I got that from Rick Down back in the day, and I asked him why, and he goes, "You get a lot better reps. It's a truer mechanic. You don't get tired." And I'll tell you what, I took that on. It's been a great drill for me.
Huh?
Aim small, miss small.
I've not heard of that.
Yeah,
that's great.
What's Jeff Manto have for breakfast?
Jeff Manto, I had a piece of chicken.
What?
That seems kind of random,
I don't
Jeff.
eat breakfast food. I do not eat breakfast food. I'm not a big breakfast guy, but if my wife has some leftovers, you can bet in my house there's rigatoni's being eaten in the morning, there's chicken parm being eaten in the morning. We stay Italian 24/7.
I love it.
Okay.
Jeff Manto, he's the manager of the Trenton Thunder, taking part in the MLB Draft League. You play again tonight, right, Skip?
We play right now, 1 o'clock. We're playing the game 2, and we'll see what happens there.
All right. Well, good luck to you today, and good luck the rest of the way.
Yeah,
Thanks for joining us,
Jeff.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate your time. Thank you.
All right.